Welcome back to the Cardiff International Arena. Next up, Efren Reyes against Dennis Orcollo. We join it in rack 7. It's 3-3 with Reyes to break.
Well, oh, a whisker away from the golden break. The 9 hit the north knuckle as we look at it. Just watch the track of the 9. All right, lucky ricochet off the orange. But he's certainly getting a lot of development from the break.
This is the most difficult shot he should face. Everything now in the open. You can see the 6 and 7. Completely at Reyes' mercy.
All he's got to do is keep the white returning to that central midfield area. Angle on the brown to make the black almost a gimme.
How easy has this been for Reyes? All manufactured by a solid break. He could have turned the back end of the cue around and knocked these in with the butt end. 9 deposited. Now the cue went down in disgust after the 2-ball just feathered the cue ball enough to take it out of position. Look at the eyes.
Ooh, predator. Ooh, don't you dare come underneath my tree. What's his option with the blue 2?
Well, he's got a shot to try and leave Dennis in a lot of trouble. Just feather the 2 into the 8 and bring the cue ball back to the cushion. Behind the 6, just overdid that slightly, Sid. He wanted a full ball contact 2 to 8.
Mooches. Like a street hipster back to the seat. Not happy.
Well, Dennis really with not much option here other than to fine clip the 2. Take the cue ball off the cushions back into the same sort of area that he is now and hopefully leave Efren Reyes in the position that Reyes may have wanted to leave him. And that's assuming he can't see enough of the 2 to bank it straight up the table. He could bank the 2 straight up the table and check the cue ball off 2 cushions in behind the 8 or the 6. Matter of preference here. And that's not his best effort. The way that he played that, the 2 was always going to be in the middle of the table. If he had that shot available, I don't know why he didn't try and get that cue ball a little further into the middle. There's the position now facing Dennis. Not an enviable one. But then how often do you come to the table after Reyes leaves it in one of promise?
Has he got an angle off the bottom cushion to hit the blue?
Looks like he's getting his jump cue out here. And with that 2 ball so near that side cushion, this is a very risky shot. He must have a lot of confidence in being able to jump the balls.
Well, he's,
because to keep the cue ball on the table here will be some effort.
Just going to say that he's lost one already. The cue ball, unless he gets it right, could end up in the gutter. But what a shot it'll be.
Containment. He'd be delighted with the way that turned out. a smattering of applause, but that was some effort, that one from Dennis Orcollo.
Any aggressive option for the Maestro?
Again, just a thin clip here, Sid. Very similar to a shot he played earlier.
Oh. Two Filipinos are on a pitch and you see a leave like this. Something maybe suggests bank, or will he go safe? Trails 4-3, it's Dennis.
And he really wants to try and seize the initiative back from Reyes. He had it earlier. Needs to get that cue ball behind one of these colors.
Oh.
I don't think Reyes can see this too. And even if he can, position to the 4, very difficult. That was a good effort, that one.
So because of the position of release and aggression, got to go safe here?
He has no choice, Sid. I don't think he can see enough of this too to make it. He's contemplating the jump shot. But again, that affords no position to the 4. So it's a kick off the side cushion for Efren. And a controlled kick.
Well, that was fantastic control of the split angle to where he knew the white would go in relation to the cushion and the object ball across to the green. Beautiful stuff. Look at the line that he left.
This is only one way of hitting this ball. That's like this, and what he'd like to do is hit it on the low side, as I've shown, and try and kick the 2 up the middle of the table, put some distance between white ball and object ball.
There it goes. But
he's left it. He's left it for Efren Reyes here. You know, it's got to be so difficult to play Reyes. Just when you think you've played a shot that's going to give yourself an opportunity, you come to the table and you're in a worse predicament than you were previous.
That's one definition of genius, an infinite capacity for giving other people pain. And with Reyes, you never know when he's going to dish out the pain. But one thing's pretty clear, this is a roadmap for him to go to 5-3.
Efren Reyes has orchestrated many memorable wins. Probably one that he'd like to forget was the one that Steve Davis came back from 8-2 down to beat him 9-8. Reyes, certainly the people's choice here to become the first 2-time world champion as far as the event moving to Cardiff is concerned.
And on that point, there's a lot of the wise boys around think it's America's here. The way Archer and Dalton are playing.
Jeremy Jones still alive as well from the United States. In with a chance. Earl Strickland, keep your eyes on him. A lot of people looking for a Strickland-Reyes final. But there's an awful lot of players got a little to say about getting to the final, Sid.
Absolutely. Shouldn't have any problem. This thin through shot on the black and powers the ball 14 feet to leave an elementary 9.
The 9 down, 5-3 now confirmed. Happy to see the cue ball stay on the table there, Sid. It was kicked from the middle right over, very close to in that side pocket. Now he's got a chance at the 2, but Reyes is breaking very effectively here in Cardiff. There'll be a lot of players taking note of that.
Absolutely, because as we mentioned, that's the one bit of his game that is sometimes upstaged by other people.
Beautiful shot there. Nicely controlling that cue ball. Onto the 4, and he's already had a look at the 5, bottom right. So position from the 5 to the 6 will hold the key to success in this rack for Efren. Just depends how he wants to play it, Sid. He's got a couple choices here. If he leaves himself lots of angle on that 5, I think what he'll do is play the 5 and try and weave the cue ball around the angles back out for the 6. And he may even try and go the other side in sharper around the other side of the 8. Those will be his 2 choices. If he leaves the angle that he's showing you, that's what he's going to be trying to do. So here we go. This will be around the back of the other colors, and he has to avoid contacting any of them.
Sweet as a macadamia nut.
And 6-3 virtually assured now for Reyes. He's done all the hard work.
Just the nice bit of angle he wanted to play with on this brown.
Right now, he is the conductor, and he's got the wand in his hand, orchestrating all the music.
And we could need a bus soon for Orcollo.
This 9. And it leaves Reyes 2/3 of the way home in this match. Does he have a shot at the 1? That's not too bad. It's a fine cut up the top cushion, but he'll be taking this one on.
So you see the break again, and the word could well be going out around the arena that Efren's break is being very productive. So everybody else will be practicing to make sure that theirs is equally as effective. A thin slice.
He just stands there and waits for the cue ball to go exactly where he wants it to.
It's like an electric poodle. He's got a battery in his pocket and sort of just flicks switches and the white's following him around.
You can see everything in the open, just showing you where he wants to leave the cue ball on the 3. He'll just bump this off the side cushion, get it away from that rail, allow cueing to be a little kinder.
And it does, it must get right on the wires of opponents that he points the cue and it goes almost to the millimeter where he wanted to go.
Well, what would certainly be very disconcerting for me is just how calm he is. And I mean, I'm sweaty palm time in my chair, and I'm watching this guy out like he's walking his dog.
Archer there, 5-3 in a tight one against Rico Dix of Holland.
One thing about it, though, this dog will hunt.
He'll hunt every plant, every cut, and every attack on the cheese, i.e. the 9.
Just taking a little extra time. You get to the final few hurdles, and the last thing you want to do is stumble.
Again, that snaking out and wiggling of the cue till that last strike, which is pure scientific poetry. This for 7-3.
Hi there, welcome back. Let's get more action from Efren Reyes against Dennis Orcollo. We pick up the action in the 12th rack. Reyes leads 7-4.
White ball in the middle that time, but no shot on the one.
Trails 7-4 to Dennis.
This is just going to be nothing more than containment, Sid. Try and get that cue ball behind one of the colors. And I don't think he's accomplished that. More importantly, has he left enough of the one out for Reyes to go after it? If it is, what a glaring mistake that is. Looks very close, even from our overhead monitor.
Even if... Oh yeah, I was going to see even he hasn't. He had a lot of room for snooker, but there was room to clip it in. So, the magician is to the table again.
Yes, a shot like that, there's just no excuse, and Dennis knows that. He'd be the first to tell you it's just a horrible shot that he just played, and now Reyes in with a chance to get ever closer to the finish line in this match.
Well, I think he's made his one mistake of... he makes a little mistake with every 3 racks. And I think we've had the mistake that we are going to see, and possibly the only one, because there's not much I think he can do wrong here. Pace just right, and the line just right. With a leave on the orange.
Just leaving the long 6. And he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball.
Now, plain sailing to the hill. And simple stop shot here. Puts him on the 9.
And this would take Reyes to 8-4 and mean that Orcollo needs all remaining 5 racks. A tall order against anybody, much less Efren Reyes. Well, Dennis Orcollo may well get a chance unless Reyes can figure something out with this one ball, because he's not landed on it. That could have been so close to hanging over the side pocket for Efren.
Can he billiard to the 2 or involve the 2?
He certainly has a chance to try and bank this into the opposite side. And as you said, Sid, also the chance of the billiard onto the 2. You just never discount anything when Reyes is at the table. Nobody has more imagination.
Absolutely.
They call him the magician, but the possibility of the bank shot into the opposite side pocket,
And watch the track of the white, because he might be thinking of more
And
than
the billiard.
one thing.
Well, he's missed it both. I think he was looking for two parts to that.
Equation. Science.
But he's not left anything easy for Dennis. The long one available, but it's going to be some shot to park this one into the bottom of a pocket.
Playing now then to save the match. Dennis, who has been under menace.
I'd be playing this into the side pocket if I was shooting it. He's having a look now. He doesn't have a full pocket into the bottom corner. And the side should afford him easier position to the 2.
Well, it went thumping into the knuckle, and look where the whites landed.
Yes, he overcut this one ball. And that's why position was overrun. And I don't know whether or not he can get through to this too. Possibly off the cushion.
He was down fast, so he's seen a path.
Well, he had to wiggle the white a little bit with a lot of left-hand spin to curl it around that 6. One more good shot, and with it, position. Don't think the 6 is in trouble because that offers a combination to the 8. So he's just got to negotiate this one and bring the cue ball up the table with a bit of side.
Yeah, but left-hand side. Checks the angle of the whites. So it's looking good to save the match, and it's one at the break. So who knows?
Anything can happen. We've seen a lot of comebacks already. I can tell you that Rico Dix has just gone 6-5 in front of Johnny Archer. He's taken 6 in a row.
Yeah, the former European champion there. Pop singer. Got 2 of his band from London up with him. Picked a good guy to get into tune, Rico.
And now the 6-8 combination. No problem here. And should drop right onto the 6 when he gets it.
Ooh. Thought the 6 had rolled too fast away from the pocket, but it hadn't. And no problem bumping in this brown. Eight 5 coming up.
8-5 confirmed. Needs a good break here. That's twice in a row. He's nailed the balls and he's not landed ideally on the one again. And look at that wry smile from Dennis. You don't see much emotion from any of the Philippine players.
They're very good domino players. They're very good bluffers. They got any emotion out of them. Occasional winces or smiles like Reyes gives you. Can he clip this one?
Well, he could, but very risky. I think the safety is a better option here. Try and hold the cue ball behind the colors.
Coming in with a bit of left-hand side.
Then again, you could always try and bank it.
Well, you always know that once a normal brain starts saying safety, maybe the Filipino imagination says, ooh, let's have a bit of pasty.
If you're going to go down, you might as well go down swinging.
In a blaze of glory.
Dennis Orcollo, obviously, his intentions very clear now. He's going to fire from the hip against Reyes. 5 balls away from an 8-6 score line.
Like an England cricketer called Ronnie Irani. Jim, who plays a bit like this in certain circumstances. Why hit 2s and 1s when there's 4 1s and 6s to be had? This lad is going to shoot the moon by trying to rattle through these racks. It's 1 at the break. He's looking good for 8-6 and owners.
You're getting a glimpse of a future star from the Philippines, Dennis Orcollo.
But won't he get his lugs smacked by the rest of the lads if he beats the maestro? Well, he's zap him around, and he's on the 1 again.
He is, and the 3's in the open. Again, a clear-cut opportunity for Orcollo. This 24-year-old star from Manila is in cruise control.
He's cruising. Reyes could be bruising.
Thinner cut on the 5, I'm sure, than he would have liked. He's going to have to bring this back towards the 7. The only danger on a shot like this is the side pocket that he's going to be bridging over.
Well, the big name's been falling. Sukia and Eminem, like flies in the glue factory here.
You know, Sid, he's having a look right now to see if the 6 is available past the 7 into that corner, but I don't think it is. So he's got to miss that side. That was careless. And overcutting the 5 ball didn't help him.
Just watch another angle on it.
He knew it was in as soon as he hit it. Hands offered in the air. And that, folks, is the beginning of the end for Dennis Orcollo's run here in Cardiff.
And here is the former champ looking to book his place in the next round.
This 9, and there comes the towel for concession. Dennis Orcollo tosses it in. Efren Reyes through to the last 16 here in Cardiff, where he will face former world champion Oliver Ortman.